Hi, it's Britt and Jess, and this is another episode of Basic Banter for Witches.
Every week, we dive into topics that resonate with us on our spiritual journey. Enjoy!
Welcome back!
Okay,
Welcome back to our new season. We're just going to call it to be, like, this is going to be the first episode of our brand new season.
Oh my God.
Our season 3.
Okay, we're going to do it. That's great.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's
awesome.
happening right now.
Amazing.
I'm
Welcome
so
back.
excited. Yes. This is a brand new season. We're so freaking excited. You have no idea how excited we are today because, one, you can't see us, but that's okay because it means that we can keep our guest a little bit more of a surprise for one more second.
Yep.
But we are so excited that not only have we been able to go through 80 episodes to get to this point, but we have finally been able to get the most mystical Jason. to be on our podcast.
Jason. It's been, yes.
And Tori, and Miss
And
Tori.
Tori's around anyways.
Yes.
I actually don't even know your last name, Jason.
Kaluk.
Kaluk. Fun times. I'm like,
Jason
yes.
Kaluk.
Jason.
That sounds like a
Of
rhyme.
Hecate's
Nice.
Magickal Marketplace.
Is that how you
That's
say
Yes,
it? It's
Hecate.
Hecate.
I've heard a few different pronunciations. I don't know what the correct way is, but I've always just said Hecate.
Nice.
Hecate.
You know what? We're just going to go with what you
Set
with
the
what
record
you do.
straight now.
Yeah,
We-
exactly.
If you go back on our episodes, we definitely talk about Hecate's.
Yes.
We're like, Hecate's.
We
Hecate's,
say a
Jason,
lot
Hecate's,
about
Jason.
and your store, but we definitely say it every
Exactly.
which way.
We did this at Jason's.
Oh, we're so excited. But yes, it's a long time coming. We're so excited that you're able to spend time with us to do it. And like we mentioned, we're not on video this time because we are doing this in person.
Oh my God. We haven't done any in person.
No, not with a guest.
The last time we did in person, no, we've never done in person with a guest.
No, we've done in person, you and I,
Yeah.
when the baby was just born. But that's what it.
That's it. Oh my God. So anyways, you are,
Yeah.
what a way to start off season 3.
I know, frick yeah.
I
Thank
feel honored.
you.
Thank you.
I mean, it has been such like a long time coming because I swear, like since we started our podcast, literally,
You've
like,
been on our list of interviews.
we're like Jason, when we can get
we
Jason,
need
and then
him.
you obviously you had your stuff
had
going on there with
many
your eye.
Yeah,
surgery.
a lot
You had
of surgeries
an
with the eye,
expansion and everything.
and all kinds of things going
so
on.
many wonderful, but that's okay because it led to this moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously, and we're sitting in your expanded space.
Yes.
Like it's hard to believe what it was just a couple of years ago.
Well, I know it grew faster than I could even imagine.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
I was running out of room on the other side.
Well,
so
that's it. Yeah.
it just kind of all worked out where Marie was giving up this side.
Yeah.
And she asked if I wanted it. I'm like, yeah, I'll take over.
I love
Yeah,
it.
seriously.
Well, that's it. Like I think the first time I was ever here is when we decided to do a splurge group and do our candle making class here. Yeah, it was just this cute little
We're
place.
just sitting in our little rows.
Yeah, and like I loved
Yeah.
it. I was just like, this
I know.
is gonna be a part of our life now.
I think we were so excited because we did like splurge. I don't know if we talked about that before, but there was
don't know.
The candle magic?
Yeah,
Yes.
the candle,
Candle
magic
magic
class.
course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the
and
intro
we all
or
had
whatever.
such a blast, and then that's what inspired Jessica and I to continue on doing your advanced candle magic, and then what was the other course?
We did
There's alchemy.
Yes.
We did the alchemy.
Did we do it
loved.
a third one, or was it just
No,
alchemy
I
as
think it was
well?
just alchemy.
It's
Everyone
amazing.
loves the alchemy one.
Alchemy's so nice.
It's my favorite one to teach. Everyone has a lot of fun in that one.
With
I
it.
truly, I think what I really enjoyed was, I guess, having like that experience with the candle magic, because did we do the advanced candle magic and the alchemy? So we've done the
Yeah,
intro,
2
the
weekends in a
advanced,
row.
and then alchemy. Okay,
Yeah.
which I thought was really hand in hand.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because even now, like I still do candle magic, I still do cord cuttings and stuff, and I always incorporate those stuff into it.
Yeah.
But then I also started doing some my own like scents and
Yeah.
Yeah.
clearing sprays and that, and I'm like always come back to the alchemy and all of that.
The alchemy is kind of like the foundation that you
Right?
can use.
Yeah.
Where you learn how to blend everything, and then you can start applying that to your candle magic.
Exactly.
So whether you're creating a powder to sprinkle on your candle, you're creating an oil to anoint the candle with, if you're creating just magical oils, if you're creating spiritual colognes, you can do all that.
Which has been so amazing. Like I love how much all the classes that you've been able to teach, and I think I was creeping your website the other day, and I was like, what else can I take from him? Please just teach me everything you know.
I know.
I love it. I just love that. Like we're looking around in his store right now, and I love everything. Like I love all of the oils and the herbs that you have, and all the things that you create. It's just fascinating.
It's a very good like experimental space. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, especially when you aren't sure of things, it's like it's a really great place to start where you provide a lot of information.
It's a learning space.
Yeah,
And
totally.
it's for everybody. It doesn't matter what path you walk.
Yeah.
My space is for everybody.
Yeah.
I love
It's
that.
neutral.
Amazing.
So
I
there's
feel
no,
that.
There's no judgment. There's no
Yeah.
hate. There's none of that.
It's a
So-
very welcoming space.
It's where the
Which
light
is-
meets dark, or dark meets light. It's
Yeah.
the coming together
Yes.
on both sides. And last week when we popped in here, it was my birthday actually, and we went and got tattoos, and then we came here, and my husband had never been in here before, and my husband is like,
that.
he he's very open to it, but he's
Yeah.
like, it's your thing, go for it, But he we brought the kids in,
Yeah.
and he was really responsive to the space.
Oh.
And I was actually very impressed because my husband can be a little judgy,
Yeah.
a little bit judgy, a little bit closed off, But he
left
was
it at the door.
he was actually, it was pretty cool. He's kind of wild in there. It's I know, it's great.
It's the best space. It's just because you just never know. Every time you turn your head, you're like, oh,
I know, but even Colin, my son, was like, look, it's a skull. I was like, it is a skull.
look at the scary lady by the piano.
Oh, yeah, Maria, I know.
The Reagan, yeah.
Yeah, my daughter did not love that, but I mean,
Oh, my
whatever. She's
gosh.
also 2.5. She'll be fine.
I come out of the back all the time, and I think somebody's standing there.
Oh my god.
You put it there.
I put it there.
So, and because I love where we are right now, I do want to go back to what made you want to just what inspired you to be on your metaphysical journey in the first place?
Yeah.
I've been into this since I was little.
Really?
Like Mom said, Marie Laveau, witches, ghosts, all that since I was teeny tiny.
Really?
Always into that. And I think majority it comes from my dad's side of the family.
Really?
It's my great grandma. She come from the Ukraine, but she passed away when I was little. She was
Okay.
98.
Oh wow.
And she only spoke Ukrainian, didn't speak English, but she did tea leaf readings, cup healings, wax readings. So I think it kind of comes from that side
I'd say
of the family.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
And then it's, from what I've read, it's becoming a dying art over there.
Wow.
There's still a few people up in the mountains that still practice the magical side of the culture there. But again, it seems to be getting lost,
Yeah.
just like the Native and Aboriginal
Yeah,
spiritualities
Yeah.
Wow.
seems to be dying out.
It's almost like a language of
Yeah.
sorts, right? If it's not practice, of course, it's, yeah.
Wow.
Gosh.
So then you grew up with it basically all around you.
all around. I've always, when I was little, I remember going out into the bush and grabbing little herbs and mixing them together, creating
I
my own little
love that.
potions
Little
in a
potions,
bottle.
I was gonna
Oh
say.
my god.
I didn't know what I was doing at the time,
You're an
but
alchemist
I was
right at then.
I was doing it when I was little. So,
The wizard, Jason.
yeah.
The wizard.
He's in the bush.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so clearly your family were just like, yeah, let's go. Let's do the thing.
Yeah, they're open to it. And
Gosh. That's
really
amazing.
good. Is there anybody else in your family that seems to be connected in that sorts?
no, I seem to be, I guess, more like the black sheep, if you would call it, into it.
Hey, that's
But
all
yeah,
right.
I'm the one that's more heavily into it that I'm aware of.
Nice.
Cousins dabbled a little bit, but
Because I think we met
nothing.
one of your cousins last year.
That's right. When
the
we did the
class.
Alchemy or Advanced Candle Magic, I can't remember.
Yeah.
She was going to
Advanced
both,
Candle.
I think. But then she
Yes,
couldn't
that's
come because of the
right.
snowstorm or something.
Yorkton?
Yeah,
Is that right?
No,
Spiritwood area.
Spiritwood.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
I know it was around, but very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of the storm. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember her saying that she really loved it, but I
Hadn't
don't.
gotten into it.
Yeah.
Right? She was just starting.
Yeah. Just starting. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
love that. That is so freaking cool. So then what led you, and this might be a huge question too, but what led you to decide that you'd like to have your own shop?
Yeah. What was the build up there too? Sorry.
I was always going into the Witch's Brew when it was back in the day on Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh, that store was
Helen
nice.
was amazing.
Yeah.
I lived in that store. I was
you
in there
really?
3 to 5 times a
Oh my
week.
gosh.
Did you
that's
get a
amazing.
job there?
No, I wish I should have because I was in there enough.
Could have
Would've
used that
made sense.
discount.
But-
Yeah.
But yeah, Helen was amazing.
Nice.
She was so easy to talk to. She was knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And just someday I want to have a store like this. So she was kind of my
Your
inspiration.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And yeah, I was in commerce. I took 4 years of business. I was in development of information systems.
Wow.
Found out wasn't right for me.
Oh, fair.
So I had 1 year left. I'm just like, no, what? No, it's not feeling right.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I just dropped out, and then I went and did vet tech.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
graduated from vet tech in 2011.
No. Look at these
And,
layers. I never.
Yeah. So,
What?
and then so I
love
worked as a
that.
vet tech for a while, and then no, it wasn't paying very well. So I went back to my old job at the paint store.
Okay.
So I was assistant manager there,
Nice.
and then I managed a branch for a while, and then went back to assistant manager.
Nice.
So doing those positions, it kind of got me more experience in the managerial side of stuff.
Yeah.
So looking at how a business is run and all the financials and costs and all that stuff. So then I started this when Witch's Brew closed down.
Yeah.
It changed names, and then it just kind of slowly fizzled out.
That's too bad.
So that's when I started this, because you couldn't find the herbs, you couldn't find the oils, you couldn't find any of that stuff in the city anymore.
Right.
So that's when I started this out of my condo 10 years ago, so in 2014.
Oh my gosh, this is your 10-year. Oh yeah, because I think you had mentioned.
your anniversary was just a
Yep.
couple weeks ago, right?
Oh, right.
Months ago.
Yes.
So yes, I started this 10 years ago out of my condo. I did the Fringe Festival all the time.
Oh.
And then, I just outgrew my condo, and everyone's just like, you need retail space, you need retail space.
Yeah.
So that's when I
Wow.
started looking.
Oh my god.
And then I
that's
found this place.
So how many years have you been now in this space?
Over 5 years in
Amazing.
this space.
Nice. And it's a different part of the city where it fits perfectly, because along 33rd, there's so many neat niche stores.
Niche is
Yes.
a good way.
And
Yeah.
it definitely fits in with that.
It does, yeah. I find 33rd now is turning into how the old Broadway used to be.
Yes.
There used to be all those unique little shops
Yes.
that were
It's
all
Eclectic, but like
Yep.
yeah.
You're
there.
so
And
right.
now Broadway's become more commercialized. It's lost that feel.
The
Exactly.
charm's gone. Yeah. You're right.
So now I
right.
find with all the little unique shops popping up on 33rd, it's gravitating towards that old feel again.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, no,
That
it's
is
a nice,
awesome.
like, I mean, and I think part of it is people have to seek you out here as well. But if you're going to go down to 33rd, then you do make those other stops at those other stores. 'Cause
Oh, yeah, there's
where
lots
else
of
can
unique
you
little shops.
find those,
That's it.
right? And it's like, as you're here,
Yeah.
like even when our cousins were with us, it was like, oh, they're just going to pop across the street after we were done here. Like,
Yeah, because I wanted to go to. There's a store called Glitch.
Yeah, Glitch,
And I
yeah.
haven't been there since they were in by the farmers market. And of course, like, it's the most ridiculous store in general. If
Yeah.
anyone's in Saskatoon, you have to go because it's funny. But that's when your little guy got a fart machine, and
it's so bad.
it
Like,
is so
and you know what?
funny.
And Jen is listening right now.
Yeah, Jen
and I'm
even-
still not happy about that purchase. Auntie Jen bought him a fart machine, and we were driving home. It was like,
Yeah,
like, and it's not
He's
even
living
normal
his
farts.
best
It's like
life.
awful farts and constant. So.
but like that type of store doesn't exist anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to have, of all places, on 33rd as well. So you're just like, okay, sure.
Yeah, a
let's
lot of
do
people
it.
go right across the street to
Oh,
Glitch.
cool.
Like, we went over there and we got the Devil's Toe
Oh my
sucker.
gosh, that's
Which, and my little friend Alan was here at the time. He's like, oh, it's not spicy. It's not spicy.
oh my god.
And yeah, so he tried it. And he gagged all the way from the front of the store to the back. There was a trail of red saliva
No
down.
way. He's like,
And he was making all kinds of throwing up sounds in the
no.
back. And he was so confident that he could handle this
Oh my god.
this sucker, but
Yeah,
he
no,
couldn't.
Little did
And
he know.
I couldn't even handle it. I think 20 seconds was all I could
Seriously.
handle it, and it was hot.
Devil's toe.
Oh my
Stay away. There's
gosh.
a PSA for you. Try Glitch. Just beware of the devil's toe.
They do. Yeah, it means business.
It means business.
Yeah, so I'm
is
among all
awesome.
those other unique little shops.
I
Like
love it.
Hobnobber has a
Yeah,
lot of
great.
unique little stuff in there. And
Yeah, but it's so nice too that, like, in Saskatoon there isn't a shop like yours.
Isn't.
It's so unique. There's so many wonderful things here, and there's some that have a couple different things that
Yeah.
are similar, but not like this.
No.
No, I think what kind of sets me apart is I cater to all kinds of paths.
Yeah.
So I get to bring in all the unique little
Yes.
ingredients and
Absolutely.
supplies that
Yeah, I
no one
love
else has.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not trying to say this to shade anybody, but there's a lot of places that sell all different types of metaphysical things, but they like to stay on the very light side.
Yes.
Where it's really interesting that you've brought in so many wonderful things that would be considered, in quotations, dark, but not necessarily
Yeah.
if you know how to use them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But it's just so neat to be able to actually see, like, oh gosh, what was it? You were teaching a course, and Lucifer? There was a
Luciferianism.
Yeah, sorry,
101,
that's
yeah.
it. Yes, and at first I was like, what does that mean, dark magic? Oh my god! But then you read into it, and you're like, no, it's learning, and there's so many wonderful things to go with
Yeah.
that
Yes.
too. So I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
all
everything.
about learning.
Yeah.
Like, I just did a post a week ago, I think it was already,
Yeah.
about Baphomet.
Okay.
Everyone's scared of Baphomet.
And that's Baphomet?
That's Baphomet there, the winged goat kind of entity. He's not really a deity. Some will view him as a deity, but I'm going to do a post on the actual explanation of Baphomet here.
That's awesome.
Because, everyone sees him and everyone's just like, that's the devil, that's scary.
Yeah.
But when you get to the true meaning behind him, it's all about alchemy and balance. He is the full representation of what magic and alchemy is. It's all about balance.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah, there's just so much that we don't know.
I know.
And I think a lot of people just assume you're going to go right into hexes and curses and the darkest of the dark. And you're like, no, it's learning. Like you said,
it's
learning.
It's all about learning.
you
And that's
should
what the
learn.
flame on the Baphomet is. It's the flame of illumination that is knowledge.
Yeah.
It's all about gaining knowledge. And that's the big thing in Luciferianism is knowledge. Questioning. Why is it this? Why is it that? Developing your own kind of knowledge as to why stuff, not taking something right as concrete and solid.
Right.
It's about researching, learning. Well, why is it that? Why is it that?
Yeah.
And
I love
building your
that.
knowledge base.
Yeah.
And it's very respectful.
Yeah, and that's I mean that's again that sets you apart is you have the space for learning, right? And you offer those courses throughout the year. Like I feel like every other month you've got a big thing coming up. But now where does the knowledge come from? How do you find these courses? How do you take these courses?
Just a lot of research and learning and just passing on what I learn to help build other people's foundations. And that kind of gives them a starting point, and then they can build onto that knowledge.
Okay.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I'm just like, I just love Jason's brain. I want to know everything. Literally, I'm just like, here is my money. Tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
But even like even while I've been over in Ireland, like I've messaged you a few times, like I found this herb. What is it? What element does it go to? Like where does it go? And you're like, it could be this. I'm like, okay. I'm like,
Well, yeah, and that's once you learn the alchemy, it just opens up a lot of creative doors.
Yeah,
and that's what everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It just starts the creative process.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And I took the alchemy course from actually a metaphysical store down in Hollywood.
Oh, wow. That is
Just that little
And-
place.
Well, yeah, and
Just
I've
a little-
always
Ollie Bob's, you know.
I
down
wanted
there.
to always go down there because I don't know if you've seen the movie The Craft.
Yes.
With Firuza Balk.
Oh, I love it.
She owned that store at one time, but by the time I got to go see it, she had already sold.
No way.
Sold it
So
to these other.
The store is actually a real store.
It's a real store.
Holy
Yep.
shit! I just learned something new
It's
today.
called Pan's Apotheca
Oh my
now.
god, I need to go there.
And so I got my picture taken with the owner. That was my celebrity
Wow.
that I got
Yeah.
to take
That's a
my
huge
picture
deal.
with. Yeah.
Understand?
How was the store in person?
Amazing.
Oh god.
It was a
so
small
cool.
little shop, but again, they catered to a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
There too, all different kinds of paths, and that inspired me too
Wow.
to cater to all the different paths because
Yeah.
nobody did that here.
Nobody.
No.
Yeah.
And everybody needed a place to go.
Yeah.
I feel like
love
that's again. I know we already talked about like again catering to both sides, but I feel like people are so afraid to walk the line of like once you go dark, you don't come
that.
back.
Yeah. Which is not.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's you can't have light without dark. You can't have dark without light.
Right.
Nature is both. Everything's both.
Right.
And magic is a tool. It's all in how you use it. Are you going to use it for good? Are you going to use it for bad?
Right.
It's just like a gun.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize you can use a gun for hunting to feed yourself,
Right.
or you can be
How is
psycho
exactly?
and shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which we do not
So
recommend.
it's
Don't do that.
no, but that's how magic works. It's a tool. It's all in how you use it.
That's so
it's
true.
magic is neutral.
Yeah.
It's all in how your intent and how you decide to use it.
Yeah.
I love it. You're such a cool mentor.
But seriously, we talk about you all the time. And
Literally.
a lot of the
Unfortunately,
stuff-
it's a lot. We always say, hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason. But no, I think it's so profound because again, you've had such an impact on our magical paths.
Oh, yes.
Substantial,
Yeah.
more than like we have obviously many magical mentors, but it's like the one that we keep coming back to is your
you?
shop
Yeah.
for that developmental skills that we just can't seem to
can't find
quench
anywhere
anywhere
else
else.
yet.
Like we could go and research online and stuff, but it's like the reputable sources we don't know, and getting your duotang filled with things.
Oh my gosh. And I review it all the time.
I have notes in mind that I literally, whenever I sit down, I'm like, okay, so like, there's just, it seems to be so easy to read, easy to communicate by, and
Well, it's easy to add on to too. So as you find more herbs that aren't listed in there, you can always add them into your list.
Exactly, yeah.
And then using the 2 books that I usually recommend with that course, it has a lot covered in there.
Yeah. So what are all the courses that you teach now?
So I do the Alchemy.
Yep.
Candle Magic I'm combining into one. So I used to have the basic and the advanced.
Yeah.
I'm just going to combine it all into one.
Amazing.
Now, just to make it easier.
Yeah.
It is little information overload.
Yeah, but it's so worth it.
Again,
but
the
yeah,
reference tool
there's
is there, right?
Yeah.
all the references, all the stuff for you to build on will be there.
Sweet.
There's Gin Magic, so working with the gin. I do Luciferianism 101's Introduction to learn what Luciferianism is.
Yeah.
I do different workshops. There's a gree bag workshop, so learn how to make a little gree bag.
Oh,
What is a gree?
I don't even know what that is.
That's those little hoodoo pouches. So where you put the animal parts and the stones and the herbs together.
Okay.
So it's also known as like a little mojo bag.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That's cool.
So I do those, and then I just kind of rotate through different workshops as well. So I do witch bottle workshops with various themes, whether it's protection, prosperity.
Nice.
And then I'm going to be doing a loose incense making workshop as well.
That's cool.
So people can come in, and if they've taken the alchemy course, they can apply the alchemy to creating little incense. If they haven't, they can just be creative and put whatever their intuition tells them to put
so
into
cool.
there.
That's so nice. And they don't have to take one before the other, but it just helps in
think
general.
It helps, but you
That's
don't
cool.
necessarily need to.
Yeah.
It's,
I
the
think
workshops
that's-
are all about just coming in and having fun.
Yes.
I don't have any set kind of structure in those workshops. It's just a matter of coming in and being creative and having fun.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah. I love that so much.
I think, especially when it's, I guess now that we've taken the alchemy, it's been not hard for me to like use my intuition, but I was like, it doesn't work. The planets. But then you're right. It's like the planets don't align. They, it's like the fire and the water. They can't. But then also like when it's like when your intuition tells you that it'll work or whatever that is, this will do it. Then you have to.
Then go
intuition
for it. Yeah.
Trumps it. I suppose.
And what the alchemy does is once you learn the planets and the elements, it adds extra strength to your blends and to your candle magic. I know after I took the course, it just inspired me. And then I spent like a year of creating formulas before I even thought about opening up a store. So when I opened up my store in my condo, I had a formulary of probably over 300 recipes. And
That's awesome.
it has grown now to, I'm pushing over 1,000 recipes.
gosh.
Everything I create,
Yeah.
I use alchemy. So whether it's my Magickal candle line, even little Tori and her little candles, she uses alchemy.
I love that.
So she's usually in her office blending and creating.
Yeah, she has her own set of notes and her own.
Yeah.
Tori's 13 this year, right?
She turned 13.
Oh my
Gosh,
gosh.
that's
And she's this
amazing.
beautiful little teacup chihuahua
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
will greet you at the door.
Yeah, she's already come to
come-
visit us a couple times. She comes halfway and she's like, "You good?
You good? Okay, I'm going back.
Oh, yeah.
Back to my office.
That's right.
She crunches numbers in her little office
yes.
there to see how many of her candles she needs to sell in order to buy chicken. And
Of course,
Absolutely.
chicken.
What's the fresh meat looking
Or
like?
what's
Yeah.
her favorite dish again? Don't you guys get like
there's chicken pakora she loves
that's
from next
right.
door.
That's it.
Anything chicken.
Yeah, she's a big
She loves
fan.
poutine.
I love that.
She would.
What a
Oh, yeah.
sweetie.
She's so freaking cute.
Yeah, no, I
so-
love that when your candle line is so extensive, and that was one of the neatest things about taking your candle magic class was learning all different types of the candles, but then like
What they mean, the colors.
the
they mean.
7-day ones. And I was
figures
like,
and-
I
holy
love
shit,
the
that's
7-day
cool.
candles.
There's so many wonderful things you've created
Yeah,
here.
and learning like how to use them again in a safe and
Yeah.
responsible manner, but customizing them to your own needs and yeah.
Would you ever do a course? Because I've been so interested since our candle making with you. Would you ever do a course of like discovering like what the candle wax means?
Oh yeah, the candle wax readings.
Yeah,
It has crossed the mind. I just haven't developed
I'll keep
anything.
bugging you. I'll keep bugging
Yeah.
you.
That's what that's, I know people bring their waxes into you to be read, and I'm like,
Yeah, I even get
love the
pictures
way-
sent.
Yes, like that is so
And-
cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Even the way that, because I know when it wasn't the first one, it was the second one, I believe. I don't remember now. When we would watch a candle go down, and then depending on how it reacted, you knew right away if we were doing like a cord cutting, like how it reacted together or separately. And it's just so crazy to then use your intuition as you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
But because you've been doing it for so many years, it's like, well, what would Jason say?
Well, yeah, there's even, once you get into the 7-day candles,
Yeah.
and ideally those should be lit and let to burn for the full 7 days without extinguishing them.
Right.
Because the way the wax and the markings on the jar go mean different things. So once that candle is done burning, you go and you read the soot on there. How clean did it burn? That means something. Is it really black
Right.
on there? And
So cool.
funny story, I'll share this one.
Please.
So Sherry, my friend, and she does the tarot card readings out of here from Prairie Girl Therapies.
Yeah.
She was doing a candle magic spell, and we dressed it, and that night she went and started burning it.
Yeah.
And it turned into a huge torch.
Oh my
It had scorched the entire top, like it was black. She sent me a picture and video of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, when we read the wax, we're just going to ignore that huge torch burnt part on the very, very top.
Okay.
And we discovered there's too much balmagalide in there. So we joke, don't put too much balmagalide in
Oh
there.
my
It'll
God.
turn into a torch.
No kidding. You're just like, crap. Because when you're thinking of having it ignite or be lit for 7 days, you're like, where's the safest place in my house that it'll
I
sit?
put mine in the sink.
That's so smart.
So I put mine in a cake pan and then into the sink.
Yeah.
And
that's
that
so
way,
smart.
if I've only had one customer's jar burst
Oh, wow.
in there.
Okay.
It just, again, it depends how much energy is going into there. You can get some
Yeah.
wonky things
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
But I just put mine into a cake pan, into the sink.
Nice.
And that way, if the jar does crack, the melted wax will just leak into the cake pan.
That's so smart.
And it'll just
Yeah.
extinguish out.
You can still read the wax at that point.
Yeah.
Neat. That is so
Yeah,
cool.
so there's all different kinds of candle figures, different shapes. And you learn all about them in the candle magic
Absolutely.
class. Yep.
Yeah. The colors, I think, I mean, obviously they go a little bit more hand in hand with like what we learn and
In the alchemy.
Exactly. And like what they mean and like alternative meanings and no, I think
love that.
it's such a good fundamental course that I think people should take just
Yeah.
for general knowledge as well. Whether they however they apply it, it's like
It's a building block.
It is, exactly. And it ties into not Reiki necessarily, but into our chakras. And it's like, oh, okay, similar colors, different
colors and
vibes in that
chakras,
sense. Like it marries well together.
Yeah.
It's like another key to the big puzzle of witchcraft, and all the stuff. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have coming up for classes wise that you're thinking maybe you want to do, or is it still kind of?
I'm going to be doing, I kind of cut back on the classes and have a lot of other stuff happening.
You are very busy.
You're very busy.
Yeah, very busy. And I just don't want to burn myself out.
No kidding.
Pun
So-
intended with the candle.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm
You're so fun.
going to be doing, I know there's a lot of people waiting for the alchemy.
Yep.
Nice.
And I'm trying to work on an advanced alchemy
that's
course. And
Can it be virtual for
I was
Jessica
going to say,
to
can
join?
I please?
and that one's going to be a 2-day one.
That's amazing.
Because it's going to be a part A and part B.
Wicked.
It's going to carry over with your little project that you're going to be doing in that course.
Yeah.
Well, do you already have 2 people on that wait list?
Honestly, like I've thought about it before. I was like, I wonder, like if you need people to help teach you, like I will gladly take your course that you've created and like spread the word. Because I feel like, especially with like alchemy, alchemy is where I've been driven to, like ever since literally the introduction here. And I'm like, more people need to know about it.
Yeah.
So if you ever feel like you want to like spread the word and be like, here's the Bible, that is alchemy, and you go
And then
Go
and I'll
teach
be
it.
like,
Yeah.
I will go
get
teach
a
it.
cut. You get a cut of every time
I'll
she
go teach
teaches.
it to the Irish and the Scottish and the English. Be like, look at this, look at this. Anyways,
this
like
alchemy.
truly, it's
Yeah.
I haven't felt the spark in like a good while
Yeah.
for this kind of stuff. But I'm like obviously, I feel like
Yeah.
that with alchemy, I just feel like, oh my god, it's so important.
When it's a base
yeah.
of math, though, too, right?
And
You're
I
so
love-
connected
I
to
love
math.
Yeah, math
So
involved
awesome.
in that. And yeah, so like you're into like the plants and the oils. Like I've always loved my tropical plants. So now in the store, I do have the plants as decor in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I do have some seeds germinating.
Yeah, I
so
saw
eventually there will be
good.
some plants for sale out of here.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
Because I love my plants.
Yeah.
And I think that ties heavily into the alchemy too.
It does. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That
Think
is
of it as
so
like having a
freaking
good
cool.
rich soil as a base, and then you only grow further up and down, right? It's both. Again,
Both,
this is
yeah.
where like the dark and the light is. You grow down
Yep.
and you grow
Well,
upward.
it's like with the tree of life too.
Yeah.
On the
Yes.
opposite end, there's the tree of death, or the tree of Clothoth, I think it's called. So
nice.
it's the
The inverted,
inversion of
Yeah.
the tree of life. So it's like
mirror
that part
image.
and mirror image.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You're so cool.
I know. You are
Just,
so
I'm just like, now that I'm here, I'm like, and now I have so many questions, but I can't get them out.
exactly.
What do you think is the most, so for this year, what do you think has been the most commonly purchased or commonly asked for? Have you found that like more people are asking for protection spells or for more, yeah.
Honestly, return to sender.
Okay.
Oh.
That has been a huge one this year.
Wow.
And I've noticed there's been a lot of energy shifting in this city here too.
Wow.
So there's a lot of return to senders.
Yeah, I feel like we've
Doing-
had that. It's same in like cord cuttings and stuff. People
Yeah.
are just
Yeah.
like, I'm done with that extra energy. Like,
Get them
take
away
it.
from me.
Literally,
Yeah.
but a return to sender. Yeah, that makes a lot of
That
sense.
makes so much sense. Oh
Yeah,
my
there's
gosh.
been very, very big influx
Crazy.
of that lately this year.
Isn't that nuts?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are like, no, I had heard I can't remember who was telling us this or had like a prophecy for this year is like people are still in that, not COVID energy, but like putting themselves first energy and like really deciding that like enough is enough and I don't need to be catering to everybody,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah,
I felt like that was what was coming this year.
totally.
Yeah.
Which is good though, because you do have to protect yourself. It's like putting on your own breathing mask in an airplane before somebody else. Like you have to help
Look out
yourself
for
first.
yourself
before
first.
someone else.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Breathing
so that's-
mask. What is it called?
I don't know.
What's it called? Drop down from the ceiling in an airplane?
I don't know. Oxygen mask?
Yeah, it's
Oxygen mask.
breathing
I've
mask.
only been on 2 planes in the last 3 weeks, and I'll be on to like, I don't know, breathing mask. I'm like, yeah, that's what it
That's
is.
cool,
You
yeah.
breathe in it. It just
Like, I don't remember the name.
What's the word? What's that one element that we need to live? Oxygen.
Right. Is there anything that you wish you have more time for to learn yourself, to learn, like to anything in your future or that you would have learned already that is on your list?
Probably just more time to learn about the more advanced alchemy stuff, so I can develop that course a little faster.
Yeah,
'Cause there's so much other stuff
Well, yeah. You have
to
lots going on.
learn, and I'm here 6 days a week. And
Yeah, I
See,
know.
This is a one-man operation.
Yes.
We have to make that clear. One man.
And Tori.
And Tori.
And Tori,
Tori, but you know.
Tori does
She-
hold her own.
She's got
She's
small
the true
hands.
boss.
She can't. Are you still making your bath bombs by hand and everything
Yes.
too? Yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ, that's a
literally
lot of work.
everything.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I make in
Yeah.
here. So bath bombs, candles, all my conjure oils, anointing oils, powders,
That takes a lot of time.
spirit
And
boards.
energy.
I'm working on 3 of them right now.
Spirit boards.
Yeah, it's like the Ouija boards.
Oh,
They sell
You're
faster.
creating your own.
I make them, yeah. They sell
Oh.
faster than I can make them.
Holy
my
cow,
gosh.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And yeah,
Like-
so I have 3 of those on the go. And but
My
yeah,
goodness.
I try to make as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because then I can apply the alchemy to it. I know what's
Yes.
going into it.
1,000%.
And
course, yeah.
everyone finds that the candles and everything is way stronger.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah.
We've got personal experience with it. Like,
Yeah.
our cousin Jen, we're going to
Hi,
talk about Jen
Jen.
again.
Hi,
Again,
Jen.
this is the
Hi,
second
Jen.
time.
Hi,
One,
Jeff.
hate you for the fart machine. Thanks. But 2, we're going to tell you a little story about your love bomb. No, she had bought one of your love bath bombs. Now, this would have been, I guess, 3 years ago,
2.
coming up 3.
Yeah.
Over 2.5.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, it would have been like, I think it was before we left. I can't remember, honestly. But anywho, so she bought one of your love bombs. She had been
Yep.
going through, like, just started
pretty
her divorce
rough
proceedings.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
it was a very fresh time for her, but
Yeah.
it was like...
But she was ready to move.
She was ready to move on, right?
Yeah.
So she picked up one of your love bombs when we were here. She had gone back home to Calgary and used it, and, you know, with her good intention is
Yeah.
this. And, like, within, like, 48 hours...
Yeah.
This man of her dreams,
Yeah.
Mr. Jeff,
Mr. Jeff.
like, I don't even know how they met, but it was like
I'm
that
not
was
100% sure
that-
either.
he came into her life anyways.
Yeah.
And 2.5 years later,
They're very much in
it's
love.
absolutely
and they're the yin to
insane.
each
I just
other's
actually even
yang.
got chills because of they're truly a match.
So like it's like the bath bomb really ignited and like pulled them both their energies together.
Yeah.
So it's so neat.
Yeah, it was just what she needed at the right time, and it was
When with your guidance too, when we have created our blends through you, those blends have been powerful.
Yeah.
Like anytime we've had to use the go away
Yeah.
oil, like that's like boom out of your life,
go away.
which has been awesome. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had other customers too
Nice.
using that.
Good.
Using this stuff, and the one, it was too strong for him.
Oh my gosh.
He come back, he's like, everything I've done has worked,
Wow.
but too well. He's like, can you create something just to back it off a little bit?
Yeah, no kidding. We're good. We're
So
Go away,
I created,
far enough, but not too far.
so I created him an oil to do, but it worked too well. It severed everything. It had undone everything for him.
good. Wow.
He's like, yeah, your stuff works, but it is powerful and strong.
Yeah. Well, with the right intention, right? Then
That's exactly it. And like, again, you've got the knowledge. You've got you have an amazing arrangement of everything here. And like, I started like collecting essential oils and stuff like that myself, and I'm like, maybe one day. I'm like, I guess I love the way your brain works. I love how this comes so natural to you.
Yes.
The part, like, obviously it's in your blood.
Yeah.
It's truly within your genetics that this makes sense for you.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
and I like the kind of the old school apothecary
Yes.
feel. So that's
Yes.
kind of how my herbs and oils arranged behind the counter there.
Exactly.
I love
Just
that.
makes it
though.
easier for blending.
Well, no
blending
kidding.
too.
It's like a cabinet, or not a cabinet, like a pantry dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we're like, excuse me,
Let me just
let me just shuffle through
Make
my
you a
bottles that are all
tincture.
beautifully
I
labeled.
love
yeah,
it.
and I
Exactly.
get-
Drink this.
I
Put
get
this on your
customers
wrist.
taking pictures. Like, I want to take a picture of that because that's how I want my stuff to look like.
I love that. It's so perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just watch you like do all the things. I'm just like, that
Exactly.
is just so cool.
It's like, wait a minute. Yeah.
And
it's-
then I keep it alphabetical because
Nice.
I'm OCD that way.
But you know, I'm sure that's
makes
very
Just like my
handy.
stones, it makes it easier to find stuff.
yeah.
No
Well, exactly.
kidding.
Why
So-
wouldn't it be? What
So
kind
I,
of monster would you
Yeah,
be?
monsters, right?
Exactly.
so I usually dread when I buy a new herb that's in the A section because I got to cycle through
Make sure it all
of
fits.
them, and I have over 350 herbs and resins in there.
Holy mackerel, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Goodness, that is so freaking
So
cool.
it's grown.
Nice. What would you say is your most popular candle right now, or do you have a return to sender candle?
I do have a return to sender, which I think I'm sold out of, but my
is a good
adult
sign.
humor candle lines are popular.
Oh.
As you
yeah.
can tell, there's a whole
They are
section
so
missing there,
funny.
which I gotta make.
So I'm like, ready to grab a couple.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but like one of the names is Foreskin, uncut and uninhibited.
Yeah, that's a popular one. That one is so popular, I turned it into a spiritual cologne.
Oh, I love that. See, that's amazing.
I had to go
But
to.
the other one, shut your whore mouth.
Shut
Like,
your hold on. There's like so many of them. They're so
They are
funny.
so good. If you're in Saskatoon, because you don't typically have this online, right?
That's
Like
a
as an
good
online
question. Do I have them on my website? I'm gonna have to look.
Okay.
I know my website; it's behind and being
Well, it's
updated.
okay.
But
Well, if you're not in Saskatoon, then check the website. But if you are in Saskatoon, you have to come because there's so many wild,
It's wild. Yeah.
things in this store, and it's just fascinating. I could spend
Yeah.
hours in here and still be like, "Wait, I never saw that
I
before."
never saw that. Exactly. Yeah.
well, yeah, and I find people. I usually tell them they have to go through about 3 times
Yeah.
to catch everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
then I'm always rearranging, always moving stuff around,
which is so good though. Fresh,
Yeah.
fresh space for that item.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I've been connecting with a couple people lately, and they're like, "Oh, I need guidance. It's not that I want a curse, but I just need something to make movement happen." And I was like, "You got to talk to Jason. Jason's got you. Yeah, I've got this guy. You got to know." And so, yeah, I'm pushing lots of people your way. I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't understand. You have to go.
Yeah.
Because unless they are here to see you and talk with you,
Yeah.
they don't fully understand what your gift is.
I think so, exactly. And I think we unlock that with conversation, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, we can come in and chat, but until you're able to like put yourself out there and like engage in that conversation,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
this is such a natural space.
Yeah,
Like you can
and it's
be
just,
yourself.
the other
here.
thing is, don't be scared to come in.
Exactly.
know.
Exactly
Don't
it.
let those strange woman by the piano scare you.
Yeah, okay. She's not here to hurt you.
Well, even funny story too. When I was first opening up this location,
Yeah.
I caused a huge thing on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a lady in Regina posting the store. It's the evilest store. It's opening up and
evilest?
in Regina, yeah.
Oh my
And they're like,
goodness.
burn it down. A store like Jesus needs to open up next to it. And
good
she's
Lord.
just ranting and raving on there. And it's just like, I'm not even opening up in Regina. Like, what are you talking
Wow.
about?
Yeah.
Which is crazy
But
that
yeah.
she felt she just really needed. Wow.
Yeah.
To protest your
It was
store.
Yeah.
Free
so,
publicity.
Free publicity.
Well, see,
yeah.
that's it. Actually, that's a
So-
perfect idea.
That happened to me this
Yeah.
last year in Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
Like we had like a night of spiritual readings. Like one of my my husband's uncles is a medium, so we had him come over from England, and we did like readings and tea leaf
Yeah.
readings. And the priest at the town over talked about us in his sermon the Sunday before,
Yeah.
actually, which was really nice. Again, free publicity. We sold
Yeah.
out. It was fun.
Yeah, no kidding. Everyone
But
came.
I'm like, oh, the devil's working. Da 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 da. But anyways, it
Yeah.
was like, you know.
It's crazy, but you know, if you're gonna speak ill, it's only going to be turned into our favor.
Exactly. Thank you for bringing it to
Oh,
the
yeah.
news' attention.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
get my name out there. That way, like, you probably haven't had to pay for any advertising.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I
so
love
just
that.
like come in. There's nothing to fear in here. It's
Yeah.
a neutral place.
I love it.
So
Exactly.
When I feel like, I know we're kind of short for time right now, but I feel like we'll need to have you back because we'd love to go through hoodoo and voodoo with you.
We'd love to, like,
Yeah,
chat
the
about,
different
like,
stuff that I
specific
have.
stuff.
but I
yeah.
feel like
Here.
those need to have their own time.
they
as
need
well.
their time. Exactly.
Well, yeah. Well, even I have a hoodoo practitioner from way up north, and she used to order all her stuff from New Orleans
Oh, yeah.
wow.
until she found my store.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she said the stuff from my store
Yeah.
is 100 times stronger than
Wow.
the stuff she got from
Are you
New
serious?
Orleans. Yeah. So she gets all her stuff from here now.
See, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
We're definitely going to have at least one more episode with you so we can go through.
Well, there's lots.
I
There's
can't
so
wait.
much to unpack.
I
There's
know.
so much to unpack.
We could literally just like sit with you for hours, which we
Basic
have
banter,
done with
which
your
is-
classes. Yeah. Plus Jason.
No. Well,
Oh
I
my
guess as we
gosh.
wrap up here, yeah, we're not doing card pull today at this moment.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It'll be added in at the end.
and later. But yeah, is there anything that, like, I guess you feel like you want to share? Any messages from what we've talked about today that you feel like, you know, resonate with you at the moment?
I think just come in, see what we have here, and
Yeah.
have fun. It's a neutral place. It's a fun place. and
Amazing.
Don't be scared to ask questions. I get a lot of people
Yes.
come in. They're like, "Oh, can I ask you something? It may sound weird."
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
What?
"There's nothing weird."
If anything, you're like the weirder the better.
Yeah. So
Please tell
Bring it,
me.
exactly.
don't be scared. And if you can't come in, you can always find me on the business page and message.
And
Yeah.
where
I'll
can
get-
they find you? Sorry.
just on Hecate's Magical Marketplace online.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can search Hecate's Magical Marketplace on Facebook, find
Mm-hmm.
us on there, or Hecate's Magical on Instagram.
Amazing.
We'll link all that in the show notes as well.
Yeah. So if you can't come in, there's a question, just message, and I'll
Amazing.
answer it the best I can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so amazing. No, we really appreciate your
Yeah,
time today.
I'm so glad we finally, like, literally were able to put this down. We're like, okay,
Ah, we love
I
it.
came to Canada just to have this
Yeah.
conversation.
That's the
and I'm
thing.
leaving next week.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and it's perfect. And for all of the listeners out there too, check the website out for the classes because they are so worth it.
Yes, and classes I post on the Facebook page as
Amazing.
events.
Yes,
Oh, perfect.
exactly.
Yeah, okay,
So
good.
you can find them on there. You can mark
Yeah.
yourself as attending and then just message, say, hey, is there still space
Yeah, I love
available?
that.
Because some fill up quite fast.
Yes,
I
So,
believe it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we're totally here for it. We will be forever learners.
Yes, honestly,
Students.
I think it's like literally in this
That's
area,
what-
there's no way, there's no ceiling. You
Yeah.
can continue
Keep
to learn.
going.
Well, no,
Yeah.
and I'm always learning, and there's stuff I teach my customers, and there's stuff customers teach me. So it's all
Yeah.
about sharing knowledge
Exactly.
and building that flame of illumination.
Literally,
I love
Flame
that.
of knowledge, yeah.
Flame of
Yeah.
knowledge.
Oh, we can't
can't
wait
have.
for you to come back. We can't have an ending.
We can't have an ending. We can't
It's
have
so
an
great.
ending. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, well, we will let you go, and then we will make sure that you're back in the future. We'll figure out something that we can have another episode.
For sure, and thanks for
together.
having me.
course,
It's
no
been fun.
Thanks, friends. and
Thank
Jessica,
you.
where can they find us?
You guys can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Basic Banter for Witches, or you can email us basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com.
And we're going to be starting again our monthly card pulls for whoever would like to submit anonymously to our little link in our Instagram bio. If you want to go in there and submit your question with your name or anonymously, it's all good. And then once a month, we will pull for you for free.
Yes, we will do a nice. Sometimes it's like a 3 to 5 card reading.
It all depends on who.
Sometimes that's all you need, girl or boy
or
a person, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever
you might need that.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye now.